Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to another fast Descendant video. So I got a great comment yesterday on my ultimate VSA build video, and I thought this might be a good one to make for other newer players and explain a little bit about some of the basics of how calculations work. So basically what they were saying was, why do I have 207% crit rate? Why do I need 207% crit rate? And the simple answer to that is this page here, the mod page. This is not showing you the final numbers. It's just showing you how much is being applied to your existing base number. Okay, so what I'll do in this video is I'll show you how to calculate that in a simple manner because I don't like complicating things. So what I'll do is I'll remove the critical hit rate mods. Okay, and we'll remove absolute zero as well because this also gives us a passive increase to the crit rate. And now if we go to this page here and go press W to get the info, this is the number we get, 15%. So that is the critical hit rate base number for Ultimate VSA. Different Descendants have different numbers. Ultimate Frena has 5%, Ultimate Bunny has 10%, VSA has 15%, Ultimate Polaire has 20%. So they all have different numbers. The ones with the higher number, 15 and 20%, we tend to build them with crit mods. And the people with the lower number, 5 and 10, we generally tend to build them with the amplification mods and not the crit mods. That's just how we do to get the maximum damage. So what I'll do is now I'll increase it back to the maximum and show you how to do that. So what we do is we look for the skill critical hit rate mods, and we have these three mods. These are the three mods that give you the crit rate. So skill insight, emergency measures, and front lines. Okay, so combination. Now these two also give you crit damage, but we're not worried about crit damage in this video. So we'll add this, and what we get is 207%, 207.7% crit rate. So basically what that means is we use the existing 15% and we multiply it by 207.7%, and then what number we get, we add it to the 15. So 207.7% of 15 is 31.155. So we add 15 to that to get 46.155. Okay. And so what we'll see here is 46.155%. Now we can actually go higher using the absolute zero mod because this has a passive increase of 20%. So if you look here on the right side, basic info, skill critical hit rate increased 20%. So what this does is that 15% we had, base number we had, it adds 20 to that. Okay, so if we go back here, we are at 35 without the mods. Okay, without the crit rate mods. So 35. So now we do the same thing here. We take skill critical hit rate mods, skill insight, front lines, emergency measures. We are back up to 207%. So now we are multiplying that 35 with 207%, which gives us 72.695, and then we add the existing 35 to it. So we get 107.695%. Now the game has a maximum of 100, so it'll cap it at 100, but the number in the background is 107, so it shows you 100%. Okay, so this is how we get to the maximum 100% crit rate. Now another thing I wanted to mention here, the passive here, this kicks in when you are in the lab. So we are in the lab here right now, and when you are in the mission. When you are in Albion, the passive is not active. So when you're in Albion, even with this mod, you'll see 46.155%. That is a common thing which happens with some of the Descendants where their passive gives a crit rate increase, I think with Inez as well. So yeah, so that is the reason why if you're walking around in Albion and doing your stuff, you'll only see 46% even with the absolute zero mod. So come into the lab or go do a mission and you'll see it back to 100%. So that is the simple calculation behind the crit rate numbers. And this is also the reason why in my build video I did not use any crit rate mods over here from the arcade tuning or add any crit on the reactor. So you can see here on my reactor I'm only increasing the crit damage and using the cooldown mod because again I don't need critical hit rate. We are already at over 100%. We are maxed at 100%. So hopefully that was a simple enough explanation for the newer players to the game when it comes to how the damage numbers are calculated. As always, if you have any questions like this, feel free to leave a comment, and if I think it's useful enough for newer players or other people, I'll try and make a separate video like this because I need video ideas as well. And if it helps out people, why not? Anyway, thank you for watching as usual, and see you next time.